I've been in hiding, but today I am back. And back to the beginning we go with GT7. Here we go. So what I mean by back to the beginning, the very first video I ever made with GT7 was at the Red Bull Ring when the movie came out using the GTR, and here we are again at the Red Bull Ring with the new Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 9. So the time to beat this time is 1:48.005. The leading time is 1:44. Still don't know how they do it, but here's my attempt. So here we are, and this is the pre-lap track where basically the time doesn't start yet and you go around. Of course, the things is following the steps that I usually do. Just do a run just to set a time to see where I'm at, and then after that following my ghost, following the world leading ghost, pretty much the same shtick. So here we go, brake there, entering into that corner. You can actually tell the difference with the first run and the last run, and I'll identify that as best as I can. So here I'm flat out going up to the next corner. I tried to brake at 100, ended up doing it at 150 there, downshifting to 3, letting the car coast around the corner, and then back on the throttle, going into this net straight. Misshift there by mistake, as I was still getting used to the car, see how much I can push it. On this corner, brake early there, but I could have done it a bit later, as I ended up realizing after I watched some of the replays of the world leading. Went wide there, brake at 50, stayed in 4th gear, coast around this corner, then back on throttle. Got on a bit late there because the car was sliding. Car slid there a bit too. The thing is, the difference with my driving and the driving of the world leading, the car doesn't slide. I have no idea how they do it, but it's something I'm trying to perfect. I'm not sure if it is with the sensitivity or the fact that I'm using controller, but I ended up braking at that green thing on the left, then coasting and then back on throttle. Nice. So for this lap, which my first lap ended up doing a 151, and of course, you know, we had to run it back. So this is, I wouldn't say this is my second lap, but this is my second best time. I was at this for a while and ended up watching a few videos, trying to see where I could perfect my cornering, perfect my braking. Ended up doing a 151.4 there. Ran it back again, and this is the final corner, or final 2 corners. Coast back on throttle coming out of there, and ended up getting a 149 there. And of course going back again, because we're not gonna stop until we get to that gold. I think at this point I was at silver, because the time to beat for silver was 150, and I'm at 149.9 now. I'm going into this final lap, got a 149.777. Took a break and went basically just, you know how it goes with this thing. And as usual, what happens when you with this, as players get better, what tends to happen is that the time changes, and at this point the time has changed to 147.960. So went back again. I think at this point I was using the ghost of the world. No, never mind, I'm ahead of the ghost at this point. So I was using my ghost, and I'm ahead this time. So of course, running it back, ended up doing a 149.3. And went again, because I find that this formula works, where I would set the time, then chase the course that I set, and there are times where I would chase the ghost of the world leading. So here we do a 148.839, and this is the lap that I did that actually got me the gold. So if you notice, different with the first run, I ended up going wide here, brake at that green thing, then back on throttle as soon as I hit the apex of that corner, and full throttle. You also can tell that I'm changing much later than I usually. That is the ghost of the second best world leading time. Brake at 100, ease up off brake, the car coast, then back on throttle as soon as I hit the apex of that corner. That's pretty much the winning rule of this whole track. On brake at the latest possible time. So this brake at 100, then let off the brake, and then back on throttle on the apex. What I noticed with the world leading videos, when he hits the brakes, downshifts to, like, quickly downshift to, like you can notice it here, downshift to 3 as quickly, just to get the car slowing down. Slid there a little bit more than I needed to, but ended up coming out of that corner quicker than previous laps. Then ease up off the gas, let the car coast around the corner, and then back on throttle as quickly as I can. Took this corner much better than first, and it's the same formula here. Slid there, but managed to regain control and back on throttle in 4th gear, and way behind the lead car, but not too far behind, and ended up going on brake here at 50, then ease up, let the car coast around, and back on throttle, and same formula here, brake, then ease up, let the car coast, and back on throttle, and flat out going into this final stretch. And at this point did a 147.4, beating the gold time of what, 147.9. I'm not sure if they're going to drop this again, because sometimes they adjust the times based on how good everybody's doing, but managed to get the gold here with a 147.4. And yep, I must say this has been an exercise for me. Managed to do way better than I did with the very first time I came to this track. As a matter of fact, the very first time I played Gran Turismo. So I've been using all the skills that I've learned, all the adjustments that I need to make with the sensitivity of the control, turning off traction control just to get more out of the car and be more independent in using whatever it is that I need to do to get the best times. It's basically just uphill from here based on where I was and where I am now, and it's onward to doing more. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.